Impeach me and I'll sue you. That's essentially what President Trump is threatening. He tweeted today, if the partisan Democrats ever tried to impeach, I would first head to the U.S. Supreme Court. This comes as a major showdown is brewing between the president and House Democrats. Lawmakers want to subpoena current and former White House aides over their statements in the Mueller report, specifically former White House counsel Don McGahn. The House Judiciary Committee has issued a subpoena for Mr. McGahn, but the White House is fighting back, arguing they will exert executive privilege over his testimony. For more on that, let's bring in CBS News White House correspondent Weijia Jiang. All right, Weijia, why executive privilege?
Well, that is their tool right now in order to block these testimonies from happening, in order to cover up any evidence that they do not want lawmakers to see. However, lawmakers are making clear that ship has sailed because they did not exert executive privilege before to withhold this information or to keep key witnesses from testifying. And so the argument there is that, you didn't use it before and it's too late now because we have a job to do. And as you've been talking about, as we've been reporting, that battle on Capitol Hill is only intensifying. And Democrats are still split about how to proceed. So the House Oversight Committee, the House Judiciary Committee, they want to do their jobs and present the full picture. And of course, it's very different to read a report that someone else wrote as a result of that person's investigation, rather to investigate themselves. And so they want a chance to look at those documents, to have a complete unredacted copy of the report, and to talk to key witnesses. And of course, Don McGahn may be the key witness. He's mentioned more than 150 times. And, according to the report in Special Counsel Mueller, the president asked him to fire Mueller, who was leading this investigation, and McGahn refused. Okay. So they have a lot of questions.
So let me ask you this. McGahn no longer works for the administration, right? So in asserting privilege, can the president stop McGahn from doing it if McGahn wants to go?
Well, that's what White House lawyers are trying to work out right now, because, the argument is that McGahn was a White House lawyer and he was serving the president and the presidency at the time. And that is different now. But, they will argue that at the time he was serving the presidency. And so it's unclear if the White House will actually move forward. They have not said yet. We are trying to get more information about their next move. But certainly, as you mentioned at the top here, it is the move because, it's really the only tool that they have right now.
Right. So Jerry Nadler, the head of the Judiciary Committee, right? So he issued the subpoena. White House is saying, don't mess with us. We're not going to do it. What's the next recourse? They go to court? Is that where Jerry Nadler goes?
Well, it depends on how these witnesses respond, because they could be held in contempt of Congress. And I think in many different areas we are anticipating perhaps a legal battle and a constitutional battle as well, because it is the law that you have to respond and provide Congress when you're summoned with information. And so there are ways out of that, of course, but that's going to be up for potentially a judge to decide.
Bingo. Weijia Jiang, thank you very much.
Thanks, David.